Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bite Time. My name is Terry Toot, and today's show will be called Speak to Me by saying, what is this crazy guy talking about? Speak to me. So basically, what I'm telling you is we're going to talk about the top podcast microphones on the market right now. We're going to keep the price range kind of where everybody can afford them because of the situation with the tariffs that are going on. Um, we just had to keep it that way. Like I said, the tariffs are coming and a lot of parts are made overseas. So we'll get into all that. We're coming to the end of the NBA regular season and NHL hockey. Baseball started. We'll talk about some of the things in it. I don't know much about this hockey, but we'll try to get it in there. But on that note, it's a dreary day here in Maryland. Come on back and let's have a great show and live your funk. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome back to Bite Time. My name is Terry Toot, and today's show will be called Speak to Me. We will discuss the top podcasting microphones on the market that are being used today. Like I said, we're going to try and keep them down the price range. I know I'm going to talk about some of them that might be a little high, but some of you that are in the business already that can't afford some of them, we're gonna give you that range because, like I said, a lot of parts are made overseas, and some of these microphones are made overseas also. So, and they're sold in the United States. So we need to, with the tariffs that are coming on, they're here, ladies and gentlemen. But like I was saying last week, a lot of companies, a lot of retail stores have stockpiled because they knew this was going to happen. So what they did was they loaded up their inventory where to a point where they knew this frick and frack type of thing was going to go on. So they do have inventories, but when those inventories run out, ladies and gentlemen, they have to get new stuff in. That's where the tariffs are going to start coming in, and the price is going to go up, and we're going to feel that in our pockets. So it's a situation that's it's out of our hands. It's in somebody else's hands. I'm not getting into the political forum because that's not my thing, but it's out of our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to do the best we can with what we got. So we will talk about some of the microphones. Some of them are going to be pricey. Some of them are not going to be pricey. I'm trying to keep it where, like, someone that wants to get into podcasting, I'll give that range, and then some of you in that mid level that are trying to that are podcasting also. Then we're going to talk about the ultra professionals. I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy doing this as a hobby and having fun. But we'll get into that area where we're the best of the best. Okay. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, so this past Monday, let me take that back. University of Florida Gators defeated the Houston Cougars in the NCAA championship game. I only was able to watch the first half, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I fell asleep. I had to go to work the next day, but from what I saw, the highlights, University of Florida was down again, and they came back and won. And from what I understand, it was a close game second half. Because let me check, because I watched the weekend game when Houston played Duke, and that was a good game, really was. And I just want to commend the University of Florida of winning the men's NCAA championship. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And also, we can't leave the women out because the University of Connecticut put a stomp on University of South Carolina. I didn't expect it. I did pick Connecticut to win that game, but the way that they beat them, ladies and gentlemen, woo, that was something else. I did not expect that. I mean, that was a complete drubbing, if you want to call that, because they really dominated that game. And hey, you gotta give it to Connecticut. They came out hungry. When I saw them that Friday night when they played, who's it they played? UCLA. Oh my God, they I'm like, oh, I don't think South Carolina can beat them. And it came to fruition that Connecticut just dominated that game. They really dominated the game. I mean, it was pitiful. It really was. I think they had them up by 30 at one time, even more. Final score of that game was 82-59, South Carolina. You know what? Let's give the ladies a hand. Paige Bucher got her NCAA championship after going through so much. This young lady endured so much. Okay, torn knees. Oh my God, poor girl, and they gave her back a year. Plus, she had, you really feel bad for athletes, the young college athletes. Now they're getting paid, but you hate to hear them something that they love, and they have to wait because of medical situations like this. But on that note, congratulations to University of Connecticut and Gino Auriemma and the girls. They put on this show on last Sunday. So that was they really did. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into the what they call the X's and O's of the show. Hey, you like that flow? All right. So as you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to you on the microphone, and I hope I'm sound clear to you because it's really important that you want to hear any crackling sound or you want to hear anything like bad static in there because that kind of sets you off like what kind of equipment does this guy have? Okay. If he calls himself a podcaster, he's got to make sure that he has clear sounds coming from his microphone. And it's a lot of things that got to do with it. Um, like I have, I'm talking to you, my microphone. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm going to talk about it. I'm going through the Focusrite 2i2 um, audio interface. That interface is from the USB-C into my laptop computer. Now you can have all the bells and whistles and everything else, but I do test before I come on, and I want to hear myself. So I hope I'm hoping that I'm making it clear to you, everyone out there that's listening. I appreciate it, and it makes a big difference on the microphone. So you have the microphone ranges that go from $70 up to $400. We're gonna get into all that today because I think there's a misconception that you got to have the best to be the best. It's true in some aspects, but you can get a $70 microphone as in the Samsung QTU, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fantastic microphone. And I did a show 2 weeks ago with it. You couldn't tell. All right. So this microphone, the Q2 Dynamic, is USB and XLR. So you can connect from the microphone going directly into your PC. Okay. Or in my case, I would use QTU going directly XLR cable into my interface, and then from the interface into the uh, USB portion of my laptop computer. USB C. Let me get that correct. USB C for $70, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I started. My first show. You go back when I first started. Was it 2021? I think it was. My first microphone was the Samsung QTU. Even though it died on me last year, I did get another one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're starting out in podcasting, you can't go wrong. It even comes with the USB cable with there. It comes like a little stand. Um, it comes with the filters, the pop filters on there. And for starting out, you can't go wrong with with a microphone like that for $70. It's a dynamic microphone, ladies and gentlemen. You do get better clarity with it connected through the XLR cable to the audio interface. I don't care what kind of interface you have. I do have the Focusrite. It's rated one of the best on the market. You can have any kind of interface, but preferably you get a better tonality with the XLR than USB. Because USB, you can run into some problems, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm just giving you a heads up. There's some users out there starting out. You will run into issues with the USB. Just giving you a heads up. Okay, so let's talk about it real quick. Um, the microphone comes in different colors. It's aluminum, black, gray, pink, silver, and white. I have the black one. Okay. Like I said, the connection type is mini jack. You got USB and XLR, unidirectional. So it means it's like a heart shape. So it goes, it's like it opens up when you talk to it. So if you talk to it in front, it can pick up the sounds. The sounds will go out. Okay. So that's what it means. Unidirectional. It's a hybrid, dynamic. The use of it is computer, like I said, phone, stage, and studio. You would have to, like I said, when you're on stage with one of these QTU microphones, you must have at least some kind of power or interface to go through with it because you couldn't run it through a computer. It's not strong enough. Wide connectivity. You can use it with studio monitors, and it also, like I said, uses strictly for podcasting to me. All right. What some people are saying that it suffers from plosives, sibilance, and handling noise. Any microphone has noise. So I can touch my microphone right now. You can hear that when I'm hitting it. Okay. You're going to hear that on any microphone, especially the XLR microphones. Okay. The plosives. Now, the microphone I have has a built in filter that prevents the plosives. Okay. Peter Piper picked the peckle, that type of stuff. Okay. Um, that's the only thing I worry about. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a fantastic microphone. All right. The next microphone I want to talk about is the Shure MV7 Plus. Now, this is a precursor to the MV7 that I do have. Okay. The capabilities on it are USB and XLR. All right. Unidirectional, just like the previous microphone, the QTU. It's a hybrid. I'm going to get into all that. Um, Also, like I said, use it for this one. You can use a computer stage studio film, and it has a connectivity of wide. Now, I'm gonna say in a price on that. Oh, let me go back to Samsung QTU, $69.99 on this Shure MV7 Plus podcast microphone. It's gonna run you $279 because the MV7 ran me 250. Okay. Uh, Let me say this real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Shure makes very good microphones. We really do. If you're going to use a Shure microphone, I'm going to let you know from the door. I'm just going to tell you, I have a Shure microphone. Okay. They ask you to use this software to use with their microphones, and the software works okay. But if you want that clarity, a little bit more clarity, because like I said, the USB is not as great as the wired sound. Because when you're wired, you have more clarity and you don't have any latency. You're gonna have latency with the USB portion, okay? But with the Shure, they have software that you download on your computer. Now, I'm gonna let you know this from the door. You can't use your audio interface. It does not work. Okay. I felt 2 years ago when I got the MV7, I found out the hard way. It does not work with the interface. The software takes over everything. Because I'm sitting here trying to do a podcast. No, I was getting prepped. And I'm like, what is going on here? How come I can't? My interface is totally blank. But yet, the minute I run USB, okay, the microphone's working. See what I'm saying? The microphone still is going to work, but it's not going to work through the audio interface. Um, Only time these microphones from Shure are going to work through the audio interface when you're not using that software that you downloaded from their website. Let me say this: the software is okay; it's not the best. Now, if you're just doing it because you don't want to buy an audio interface, that's fine. Just be cognizant of the software that comes with it. It works okay. All your microphone features with the Shure MV7 Plus or the MV7. They do work with the software. I'm just letting you know it does work. Not the best, but it works. So the colors, they come in different colors, so black and white. This is on the MV7 Plus. On the regular MV7, straight black microphone, and it does not come with a pop filter. We'll get into that. You can use this USB and XLR, unidirectional. Like I said, you use this for all kind of features. This one is a heavyweight. It's a heavy microphone also. Um, if you're really into that heaviness, you must have a good um microphone stand or a arm that can hold the microphone. This is a heavy microphone. I'm telling you, you got to make sure you have strength in your arm that holds that up. Okay. That one goes for $279, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I said I was going to be doing some things like this price wise. Like I said, we're trying to keep it so the tariffs, before the tariffs set in and the price goes up, because we're going to be the bearer of bad news on this situation. Okay. The next microphone is a Rode PodMic USB versatile dynamic broadcast microphone. This one too is XLR and USB. So I'm trying to incorporate microphones that are using both XLR and USB. Okay. So we really need to we're trying to kill two birds with one stone. We're trying to get the best for you. So Australia, they bought another company recently, Mackie. They bought Mackie. So we're going to talk about that real quick. This microphone is strictly for podcasting, streaming, gaming, voiceovers, speech application for content creation. Okay. The capabilities are USB, XLR, like I said, Type C connection, like the other ones. Okay. Um, it comes with the XLR, USB outputs, internal DSP. You can work with a Mac OS, Windows, iOS, and Android. So you can connect these to your tablets. Okay. The components it has with it comes with a USB, PodMic USB, pop filter. You can go from USB-C to USB-C, so that works perfectly. Okay. Same thing, unidirectional, like all of them. They work universally good. The pros on here, USB-C to XLR, perfect. Okay. It's got a nice style to it, and like I said, comes with a pop filter. There's no on mic controls. Can't use XLR USB at the same time. Not happening. They cancel one another out. Now that his really getting picky. It does require a stand. Okay, it's not included, but the stands are cheap. You go on Amazon, get them for like $30, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this one retails for $200 now. Okay, don't forget that tariff is coming, ladies and gentlemen, and we wanna try to we know the dynamics that are going on. Okay. All right. So the next microphone we're going to talk about, Audio Technica AT2040 Hypercardioid Dynamic Podcast Microphone. Yours truly is talking on that one right now. Okay. And this one's $99. I've had this one for almost 3 years now. All right. It's strictly XLR, no USB. I recommend you gotta get a stand for it. You really do. This is a good mid-heavy microphone, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of heavy. I'm giving you a heads up. It's like a stand-up microphone. All right, and you could do this for radio, amplifier, speaker, gaming console. It works perfectly. Comes in a pouch, like a leather pouch, and it comes with the thread adapter, so you can screw it on to a stand. It's okay. And like I said, I'm talking to you on this microphone right now, ladies and gentlemen. If it sounds good, give me a thumbs up. If not, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, it's a fantastic microphone, ladies and gentlemen. I really enjoy it. You can't go wrong. I've had it for years now, going on 2.5 years, and it works good. And if it does it sound good to you out there, ladies and gentlemen? And we'll take it from there. All right, cool. The next microphone, ladies and gentlemen, is the Sennheiser E35. Again, Sennheiser is getting everyone's money. They make terrific products. I talk to you all the time about how I have the headphones, earbuds, what I keep losing. Damn it. Um, I don't understand that, but that goes without saying. But the Sennheiser makes, again, good good products, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Sennheiser E835. This one can be wired, wireless. Um, why I'm saying wireless because you'd have to connect a radio frequency thing on you, and like you see on TV, that makes it wireless. Um, you can get it in black, gray, and nickel XLR. What else we got? It's dynamic, like this particular microphone, my 2040, and used for stage and studio. Now, the pros on it is good value, clear sound cuts through the mix, and rugged construction. The cons, this ain't not as warm as an SM58 by Shure. Okay. This microphone is $99, and you too can get this one for $99, and it's rated 4.8 stars out of 5. That's almost a 5, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Um, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So that's another microphone. All right, $99. Okay, the next one is the Shure SM50 dynamic vocal microphone. Now, this one is the workhorse microphone for everything. You could do podcasts, singing, um, engagements, speaking engagements. This is the rock star, the number one, and you cannot go wrong. This one's also 4.8 stars, and it's $99, ladies and gentlemen. Wired, it comes with different colors: aluminum black, gold, gray, matte black, nickel, red, silver, white. Um, Omnidirectional, like the other one. It's good for stage and studio. This is another reference. They're saying that the sound is warm, clear sound, rugged and reliable, incredible reputation. They do have very good reputations. The cons, which is kind of weird, can sound too warm. I mean, what's sounding too warm? You don't want anything sound, something screaming like that. So you don't want anything like that, ladies and gentlemen, on your microphone, you know. But these are rated with some of the best in the world. Some of your greatest performers still use the SM58. What they're saying here is SM58 is a classic vocal microphone which excels in live performance, feedback rejection, low handling noise, and indestructibility, combined with smooth, warm sound to form the most popular vocal microphone of all time. It really is rated that high. Um, there's also other ones like we've been talking about. There's other ones, but you can't go wrong. Okay, and this, like, if you're going to be a stage performer, this is recommended as the number one microphone out there. And this is, like I said, $99 is rated 4.8 stars out of 5, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are going to get to the final microphone, but I have one more. I'm going to see if I can get that information. There's another microphone that's in the price range, up the $100 range. Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is. Let's see if I can get it. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone's staying warm today. It's a little chilly here in Maryland. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, I got it right here. I'm gonna pull it up. Okay, we're gonna get to the. Let's do this one first, ladies and gentlemen. So the best microphone used by multiple entertainers, performers, um, out there in the market or you see on TV is the Shure SM7B, ladies and gentlemen. This microphone is the top dog for everything. I guess Joe Rogan uses it. I heard Michael Jackson used to use one, but a lot of entertainers use them. A lot of radio people like using the SM7B. And the SM7B is very, very heavy, and it comes with a very, very heavy price. This one will run you around $400. Okay. This one's strictly XLR. Okay, so you won't have anything to do with no software. This is a hardwired microphone. The clarity and the tonation on this microphone is fantastic. Okay, fantastic. For $400, it better be. It uses an analog signal, and it's good for a computer, stage, and studio. It is the creme de la creme of all the microphones on the market today. The pros of it, it's clear, detailed sound, reduces room noise, extremely durable. You cannot go wrong. It is very expensive, lower output than some vocal mics, and it is heavy. I've Guitar Center, I've seen it. It is a heavy microphone. It really is. Okay. Um, Little conclusion. The Shure SM7B is a microphone that has earned a solid reputation since its inception. A dynamic microphone with an advantage in the studio from offering great noise rejection, high frequency taming, and a clear and balanced sound. A solid studio workhorse, the SM7B delivers a natural sound with with drums, horns, guitars, and speaker cabs. With its rich, warm character, this SM7B really shines on vocals. And, ladies and gentlemen, spoken word. A great addition to recording studios and podcasting studios, also. Ladies and gentlemen, that is by far one of the best microphones on the market out there. And, a lot of people say good things about it. They're expensive, though. I would if you're going to buy one, please, I would recommend someone that's been in the business a while, okay? Now, the next microphone, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to end the show. This one this one I'm thinking about getting. Okay, this is the SE Electronics V7 Dynamic Supercardioid handheld vocal microphone. This one is strictly XLR. Okay, and from what I've been gathering, I've been reading about this particular microphone over the last few months, and people say this microphone is fantastic microphone. Out of 5 stars, it's getting 4.6. 4.6, ladies and gentlemen. The reviews have been phenomenal. What I've been gathering from, people that like this microphone. And, I try to look at the best that are out there in the market. And this one is definitely rated one of the, I think this microphone, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, this one is out of Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong, what I heard. And, positive. Okay, here we go. Some of the reviews. Just pulled it up. It comes with a neutral sound. The V7's smooth and natural frequency response is well suited for a variety of vocal styles and instruments. Low handling noise. The microphone exhibits low handling noise, reducing unwanted sounds during live performance. The supercardioid polar pattern helps to minimize feedback, making a good choice for live venues and other situations like feedback. So that's another thing too, ladies and gentlemen. I try not to have feedback on my microphones. It's kind of embarrassing. It does happen, but you don't want to have feedback because your NA is just you. Okay, you really shouldn't have that problem. Also, the solid build quality microphone is built to last and can handle the rigors of live use. The V7 offers a high level of performance and an attractive price to point. The drawbacks, what they're saying here, okay? Everyone's got you got your detractors here. Not as detailed as a condenser microphone. While the V7 sound is clear and detailed, it may not match the clarity and extension of a large diaphragm condenser mic. We don't want condenser microphones because they pick up everything. If I were a paper, can you hear this paper? Probably not. Condenser microphone? Oh, you're gonna hear that. You probably hear my breathing in my nose with a condenser microphone. Also, what they're saying, while V7 is relatively forgiving for its off-axis movement, it might not be as forgiving as some other dynamic mics. See, this is people's opinions. They probably had the thing for a week and then gave it up. All right, but other reviews I've been seeing, fantastic. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, one review on here. Real quick. Let's see, what do we got? Real quick. Said one reviewer saying he liked the microphone. Let's see. Said to love this microphone. Best out there for the price. You can't go wrong. If you're, like I said, once you're starting out, like I said, the QTU by Samsung, then you make your way up to the $100 microphones, ladies and gentlemen, that are starting out there. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end the show. I just want to thank you, people that came on today. Just want to say thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the love for everybody that comes on. And we're going to end the show with Tokyo After Dark by Eldorado. Good luck and be well, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Love you all. Take care.